Hello, thank you for joining me once again. Coming on just to chit chat and talk about what's happening around the world. But before we do, let's start this off right by clearing the energy and sending love to the collective, to the earth, because we are definitely in some trying times. I would truly have to say. Would you not agree? My little lights went out. Turn it back on. Okay. Thank you for tuning in to join me. Welcome back. Welcome to all the new subscribers. We're going to clear the energy right now in case you're wondering what I'm doing. Lighting the sage, clearing the energy in this room, and I send this energy clearing to all the viewers. Everything is intention. Everything is upon our creation, upon our doing. Let's clear the air, clear the energy. Thank you. Set that over there. For it to continue. Okay. Now, I send love to each and every individual that is viewing this video right now. I send you love. I send you light. I send the true light that you are, the true love that you are. And I say to you, remember who you are. I send love to the collective. Every soul that walks this earth, I send love. When you join in with me in sending this love, this energy, you amplify the energy. This is even in the Bible. It amplifies the energy. I send light to every individual that is upon this earth. Every soul that walks this earth, I send love, I send light. I send healing energy in these times. I send the healing energy to every soul that walks this earth. I send comfort. I send security. I send safety. I send provision. I send peace. I send calm. I send unity. I send oneness. And I say to the collective, remember who you are. Remember who you are. Take a deep breath. Now, shall we begin? I really don't like sending all that great energy just to turn around and talk about the negative energy that's all around us. I send love to the one that is in the leadership position of this country. I send love. I send kindness. I send the ability to have mercy. I send the ability to have love for others other than himself. There's nothing wrong with loving yourself. You should love yourself first. However, it makes no sense to hurt another intentionally with it from the heart. It makes zero sense to me that airplane, yes, it happened. It's old news as of now. Airplane crashes with a military helicopter. And Diaper Don can't even send his condolences to the ones that are grieving and hurting for the loved ones that they have lost. Instead, he blames it on others. As he always does, it's always pointing the finger away, right away. And why do you think that is? Maybe because this is Rump's administration, and good or bad, whatever falls under the current administration is the current administration's fault. I've heard it be said that in the first week, part of what he cut was the FAA budget. Now, I don't want to spread any misinformation or anything that's untrue, but that is what I have heard when he's spouting DEI and so on and so forth. This is the commander-in-chief of the military. And he speaks these words over the military. Remember now, thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. Those ones that were on the chopper that died in this accident. Now, yes, this is an accident, and yes, there is an ongoing investigation. He was speaking those words, and they ain't even finished pulling out the bodies. They hadn't even found the black box. They're still doing investigation as to what happened, getting all angles, all perspectives, all pieces put together. That will even include when they pull the airplane and the helicopter out of the water, when they piece that back together as well. All of that is part of an investigation. We shouldn't speak against something before it is complete. Something of that magnitude. We aren't even 2 weeks into this administration, and it already feels like it's been a year from all the stuff that he has done. I say buckle up, Buttercup, because this is going to be every day. I said this last time. He's going to be doing this every day. We're going to hear something out this Diaper Don's mouth. I can't believe folks want him in there trying to get him in for another administration. What's he going to do? Come to his inauguration on a walker? He's an old man. Y'all listen to your own words. Anyway, I digress. You can't treat people like that as a leader. I send my condolences to every person that lost their life. The family, I send you my love. I send you my condolences. This is a very sad time indeed. Very sad time. I had also heard, now I do not know the exact number, so the numbers that I'm speaking are just numbers that I'm using as example. So when the airport was built, it was built to house X amount for flights and so forth, and we'll use the number 20,000. Well, currently it's doing 30,000. And then Congress voted to expand that. So this also includes the military aspect that's a part of it, which I don't know all the details, so I don't want to speak out of turn. However, simply on the numbers of what the airport was built on and that they were running on, and now you want to add more flights and so forth, you approved it. Yeah, I think there is something within that needs to be looked into. Okay, we cannot overburden ourselves with, it's unnecessary. When I mentioned before that I live under the runway path of the airport, and it is very, very busy in this economy, people, record travel. But this is where we are. I spoke before about us going into the age of Aquarius, and I spoke about the Yuga cycles and how everything is a 2,000 years. When you look at us going from Pisces into Aquarius for the beginning of a 2,000-year cycle, we are at the beginning. We've just started. We've just entered the signs that we are heading into the age of Aquarius, higher vibrations, humanitarian, higher technology is things like here in Atlanta, there's a radio station, and it's called Fish, Fish, and it is a Christian radio station. It is now off the air. That is another example of moving from the age of Pisces, religion, the fish. We're moving into the age of Aquarius. There's going to be transitions. You're going to see different things like that happening. The with the fish and the Pisces and the religion, people are using religion right now for their benefit. Yet, in truth, most of them don't even attend church. They may have gone, but these Christian nationalists and these people that are misquoting what is, the Bible, which is supposed to be their guide, or not even living the life of what the Bible says to do, the way that they're deporting people, like, it's going to continue. The immigration raids are going to continue. It's really, really crazy how a lot of people are trying to make this into the only way that you're supposed to be accepted into this country is if you're white. And that's madness. A memo went out or whatever that Trump sent for the federal government, that they are to pause all recognition of Black History Month, MLK Day, Pride Month, anything of diversity. They are to pause all recognition of it. As if with this diversity, equity, and inclusion, it was only to give everybody a fair shot, not that one person is better than the other, but that everybody is created equal. Remember that in our Constitution? And with that, folks are supposed to be able to live and feel comfortable where they live and be able to work and support their families and so forth without the criticism and judgment of others in this type of way. There's a lot of people out there who, I saw this one video of this lady who, she was crying, saying, I don't feel even having a little tear, and saying, I don't feel bad for you that they're being deported and the immigrations, and she's talking about how she actually makes her laugh and so on and so forth. But then, of course, she did all of this on the internet, and so it blows up and she loses her job, all this other kind of stuff. Now, okay, on the social aspect, and I don't know how she's reacting now after saying everything that she did say, but here's my question to all of that. Did it change her heart? Or is she upset right now because of her circumstances? Her financial situation has changed. Her criticism backfired and came on her tenfold from the internet. Is she upset because now people are attacking her? And in any of that, has she had a change of heart? Does she have mercy for another person now? Does she have compassion for another person? Does she realize the things that she said about others and their situation, and not caring if, the saying, oh, the father got, the parent got deported and the child's going to grow up without a parent, and so on and so forth, and how she was incompassionate about that and thought it was, funny, and how, okay, the child, they can go with the father, that type of, okay, well, FAFO. I saw this video of this other woman, and how she's like making videos, like trying to express to others that she's the furthest thing from racist. Why would you act that way in the first place? And why is it so important to you? And I say this to all people who are racist or have hate in their heart. If you feel right by the way that you feel about others and the way that you treat them, why then would you hide? Why then would you then try to, oh no, I'm not racist. Oh no, I didn't say that. Be who you are. Always. Example like the KKK, walking around with hoods on so that no one could know who they are. Until Rump came along and Diaper Don, gave them all permission. Go on and take that hood off. He gave them permission to take all of their hoods off. And now we can see in their faces who they are. But why would you say something one time, and really express it, especially saying it on, on social media, these hateful things, or maybe you just amongst your friends and so forth, but then you get up in somebody's face and you smile and laugh and everything as if you know nothing about what you was just talking about, probably that individual within itself. But my point is, if you're going to be who you are, don't be one way one time and then turn around and act like another. Don't be two-faced. Be who you are. Because if that's the case, why are you trying to, if you feel that it's right to criticize the people that are being deported and the people that are being laid off, or because of whatever reasons that Diaper Don feels is just, don't be one way and then turn around and be another, trying to deny. Why do you need the acceptance of others then? You didn't feel like you needed their acceptance when you were talking about them. Now you do. I'm supposed to be staying positive, but this is what it is, right? Don't get comfortable with the, how initially Dr. Don had removed all the federal assistance and then reversed everything. Don't get comfortable. He's going to, that's still going to happen. It just may not always happen at once. And some of the things that were in that category, you realize unemployment was one of them? As if a person whom worked, paid their taxes, and had things taken out of their check for the purpose of, in case of unemployment, you've paid into the system, and you want to remove that for something that they put their own money into? So everybody working and paying their taxes, and the taxes are being paid. So if you're shutting the programs down that you're doing, where will this money go? But you got money to be able to invest $500 million with other countries, with AI, and do the math, people. Ask the questions. Something needs to be done about this. I think, anyway. If you've paid your taxes, granted, yes, when we do, we pay our taxes and percentage goes here, percentage goes there. We don't know what goes where. We know what we paid into, Social Security, the unemployment. You pay your state tax, you pay your federal taxes, and so on and so forth. But then the federal and the state that you pay, you don't really know what that money went into. But at the same time, you can't cut programs for the people and the people have put their money into it. The question needs to be, where do you plan to put that money? Because I know I don't want my money going into your pocket at all. It's bad enough that you have to receive a salary. You cut other people's security for regarding their safety, but you didn't feel it was necessary to cut your own when you weren't in the administration anymore. You felt you still needed it. Yes, it's your right as an ex-president to have security, but if you feel that, you know, people are okay without it and so forth, you need to apply the same thing to yourself. I really hope that Mar-a-Lago gets taken away from you. You will account for your actions. You cannot, call it karma, call it seed sowing, whatever. Everything always comes back to us, always, whether good or bad. In of what you put out, you get back. This it's crazy. I know, it's crazy. What else has happened? I'm glad a lot of money is being raised to help the individuals from the fires. I was listening to Linda G and Tom Moore, and Tom did his update and, you know, asking Gaia and so forth for what's to come. And he actually suggested for people to start looking for, if you're able to move out of California, he actually suggested people start looking to get a place, if you're able to buy a house, and, you know, like Oklahoma, Kansas, wherever you choose to go. And then, but he did say that if he's wrong, you know, then in 2 years, and of course he said get the cheap, as cheap as possible, a place, you know, a place to stay that's as cheap as possible. It may not be in the neighborhood you want, but it's a place to stay. Point being is saying that prices are going to go up, and he says that if he's wrong, then you can sell your house or whatever in 2 years and you've got a profit, you know, whatever the case may be. But if he's right, you got a place to go because of the rebuilding process, or how expensive everything is getting, because people are trying to find other places to live, and it's become too expensive. Then it's already expensive in the first place. Because you have people who have lost, you know, imagine people who worked in the same neighborhood that they live. So not only did they lose their home, but they lost their job too. Everybody has many different circumstances that are, you know, not everybody was a homeowner. They rented. And life is changing. The universe is shifting. But he also, Tom Moore also said that when people move out, that there's going to be people that move back in to try to do what they couldn't do, because the rebuilding was impossible or difficult or more than what somebody may have wanted to endure, or whatever the case may be. And this was somebody else, not me, that said that. I'm just, you know, sharing what somebody else said. However, it's not bad advice. It's just not bad advice. But another reason why he was saying to do it now is because when people start moving out, and when, you know, it's going to cause prices to go up elsewhere in other places where they're moving. Like if they decide to come here into the Georgia area, expect our rental prices and everything to go up, because there's going to be major shifting and changes. And I share that with you because I I think it's great advice, and I don't necessarily disagree with him that it will be like that. So sharing that with you for that purpose. Well, I want to end it here. I wanted to continue to come on here to talk and to share and to be a part of. So I'm a little tired, you know, had a long day at work. I have an early day tomorrow. So I'm going to say night-night, I suppose, even though it's still daylight out. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe, like. When you share the like button and subscribe, then YouTube then begins to recommend it to other people. Please help me raise my subscribership to this channel. Please come on to receive the clearing energy and the healing energy. Once there's enough people that come on, I can go on live and do healing energy with individuals that come on the live, and send healing energy to those that are requesting it and that need it, so on and so forth. You know, create that community, the positive community, the loving community. Be supportive unto one another. You may not be able to financially help somebody or, physically do something for them, but you can spiritually. You can energetically. Okay? So, once again, thank you, and come back and listen to me chit-chat again next time.